Is there something positive that you could say about one of your rivals, or something that you've learned through all these debates and forums about one of your rivals that you didn't know when this season began?
Well, I'm running a Democratic primary. It's a crowded field. We have different viewpoints, and as Nixon said, politics is a contact sport. So they're all nice people, I think, we have different views, but I certainly respect them for throwing that hat in the ring. It's a very, very intense effort to run for mayor of the city of New York. So I respect anybody who's in the arena.
I have found out what a great guy George McDonald is. He's got a great sense of humor. He's got a heart of gold. What he's been able to do, and he'll get up and talk about it in the creation of the Doe Fund and helping the homeless in New York, has been extraordinary, and he needs to get a lot of credit. I need to be elected mayor, though, and, in that process. But in any event, I have found out George to be a very, very good guy. Hey, George.
I think that might be the first
and thank you for not asking me about any of my Democratic candidates or
all right.
opponents.
I think we just witnessed the first kiss in a mayoral forum. Remarks.
Well, I think Joe Lhota is a terrific guy.
Shocking. Great.
You know, he did a great job in the aftermath of Sandy, and I would look forward to him doing just about anything that he wanted to do other than be the mayor of the city of New York.
I like my opponents. These are good people. I just come from a different place. I mean, I just come from a different place. I'm not part of the municipal muck. I can say something nice about Adolfo Carrion. He used to be a Democrat, so he obviously at some point had the right instincts before we lost him. Mr. Salgado is a very nice man. He's one of the more colorful people I've seen on the campaign trail. But I have to tell you something. This is not about what I think about the candidates. It's not about the candidates at all. I'm just going to transition right into my close. Is that okay, Ozzy, since I have people waiting? It's not about us. Too much about politics nowadays. You'd think...
And your 1 minute closing remark.
Excuse me?
If you'd like to go into your 1 minute closing remark.
So I don't have to say nothing nice about my opponent? What's wrong with you?
If you would like to say...
Ozzy, what's wrong with you?
I was hearing some groans from the audience.
I want equal opportunity.
If you would like to take a moment to say something nice about your opponents or moderator, feel free.
No,
and then you can feel free to go into your 1 minute closing remark.
I really like all my opponents. Some of them, they talk and talk. Let me tell you, they copy more of 3 policy from myself. The municipality identification card. Anthony Williams say, I have a brilliant idea. I'm going to create a municipal identification card for the undocumented immigrant. He might have 250 ideas, but that one he copied from me. And he's good doing so. I believe they are decent people, but when we elect a mayor, we have to consider that we don't need a politician who could talk and talk and talk and say so many things.
Is there something nice that you could say about one of your opponents that you've gotten to know through the course of these many debates?
You know, I have the luxury, ladies and gentlemen, of being on the November ballot. Just remember the name, Adolfo Carrion. I'm running as an independent. So I don't have to worry so much about arguing with Chris Quinn or John Catsimatidis or the folks that are in the primaries, because you get a chance to vote for Adolfo Carrion on November 5th as an independent mayor.
Forums.
Sure, I would absolutely say that Bill Thompson is a gentleman. You know, my father was recently in the hospital, had to have his knee redone. He couldn't have asked more about how my dad was doing. Someone who, you know, in the middle of all the political will go out of his way to be very nice and personal and check in on things like that. So I got to give him a lot of credit and props for that. My father's not voting for him, don't get crazy, but it was nice, you know, in a time of a medical situation.
Well, you know, Bill Thompson is a very, very decent guy. My only concern about Bill is he tough enough to be mayor. And you know what it's like. You got to be tough, but you got to be fair and you have to have a heart. And I qualify in that. I do have a heart.